welcome. You're watching Mirror Now with me, Grihatul Siddiqui. Now, fresh controversy has erupted in Delhi's Jawaharlal Nehru University. In the latest, students have claimed that the hostel warden at the varsity's Koyna hostel threw a private party at the campus in violation of all the COVID norms. The students, in fact, claim that the party was hosted at a time when they have been denied any access to the library, citing these very COVID norms. The students also shot a video of the party where several people were spotted without masks. The students further alleged that the COVID norms have been put in place just to harass the students, while the same is not really true for the teachers and also for the faculty and the staff in JNU. So this is a fresh controversy that is coming to light from the JNU campus, and now the students in fact are up in arms against this private party that was hosted by the hostel warden at the Koyna hostel. This private party, as you can see in your visuals there, was in clear violation of all the COVID norms. Nobody in these visuals in fact can be seen wearing any masks or even maintaining any kind of social distancing. The students are also upset with this fact that while they have not even been allowed to go to the library, citing these very COVID curbs that are in place in the hostel, the warden of Koyna hostel is going ahead with a private party, and where there are so many people in attendance, not one really ensuring that there is a COVID appropriate behavior that is maintained from the hostel. Fresh visuals there from JNU that are on your screens. And this is a controversy that has erupted from inside the JNU campus, with the students now claiming that while the rules remain in place for the students, the faculty and teachers and also the staff inside the campus really enjoy flouting all these norms. My colleague Koyna Sachdev now joins me live on the broadcast. Koyna, if you could just take our viewers through this entire episode, because we are really bringing those visuals on the screen for everybody to see. And it is clear violation of COVID norms, from inside that very campus.
First of all, this is a party that was hosted by the SISI teacher and Koyna hostel warden Sapna Shah, allegedly, which the JNU students have been saying. She was throwing a birthday party for her son on the 26th of January, which was yesterday, which included loud music, no mask, and no physical distancing, flouting all the COVID-19 protocols. As we all know, that the JNU administration has put in these guidelines on the campus to follow these rules and protocols in terms of the fact that COVID is on its spread in the national capital. And following these guidelines, the JNU administration has also said that the students will not be allowed to enter into libraries and any other common places. The students have now pointed out that when the administration puts these rules in terms of no access to libraries, why on the same end there are these administrative post positions who are enjoying the other perks, who can host parties at the campus. Not only at the campus, they're also flouting the COVID protocols that have been put forward by the Delhi government itself, where it clearly says that there is a night curfew between 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. and the party was happening post 11 p.m. also. So it was only after the PCR call was made to the Delhi police and the wardens were called and the security was called on the campus at this very place inside the campus where the warden was allegedly holding a birthday party for her son. So all these rules and regulations, what the JNU students are saying, that are they only meant for the students when they have no access to the libraries, when they have no access to the common places? Are they not meant for position holders and for the people who are holding administrative posts, who are enjoying a free hand to do whatever they want, flouting all protocols? So this is a big controversy that has erupted at the JNU campus now, where the students are alleging that on one hand we have to follow all the guidelines, but on the other hand there are these people and these special administrative post holders who are allowed to flout all the COVID protocols.
Absolutely. Koyna, thank you so much for bringing us all those details. So this is a fresh controversy that has erupted at the Jawaharlal Nehru University in New Delhi. This is from inside the university campus. We're talking about the Koyna hostel, and the students, in fact, have reported violation of COVID protocol and all the COVID curbs that have been put in place in the campus for the students alone and not really for the administration or the staff of the campus. So the students have alleged that there is this private party that was thrown by the warden of the Koyna hostel. In fact, this was clear violation of all the COVID protocol and all the COVID curbs that are in place inside the campus. None of the attendees, in fact, have been seen here in the visuals who are in fact wearing masks or really maintaining any kind of social distancing. And while this is happening on one side, the students, on the other hand, are not even allowed to visit the library inside the campus. I'm now joined by one of the students from the campus, from the Jawaharlal University, Madhurima Kundu, on the broadcast. Madhurima, thank you so much for joining me on Mirror Now. Now, you guys have apparently shot this video from this particular party that we are talking about. What is the reasoning that, the authorities in the administration, as far as the university is concerned, is really giving? Because while, the hostel staff, the hostel warden has been allowed to throw these parties, the rules remain for you students.
Yeah. So actually, when we were seeing from around yesterday that the pandal is being set up, and today around 6 o'clock when I went through that road, it was all set up with balloons and everything. But around at night we could hear a huge sound from quite a distance.
Okay.
From quite a distance, the sound was very loud, and that's when we thought that we should go and see what's happening. And we went and shot the video, and we saw that no one was wearing any mask, no physical distancing, nothing. People were partying, dancing, and there were professors and their families and all. And we called the security, the JNU security, Cyclops. One of the guard was actually standing there guarding the party. And when we told them that it's way past curfew, you should stop it down, they told us, you write it in the register, we will see. I mean, and this is a time when exams are going on, and we are in our rooms because libraries are closed, rooms are closed, and and inside the rooms, especially like in quite a few hostels surrounding that, there are 6 hostels in the vicinity, and the noise could be heard from around 7 to 10 hostels. So a lot of students couldn't study. They have their exams or their submissions due late night, or have their exams today. We called the security. Security came around 40-45 minutes later, and only after strong reservations and raising our voices, they shut the music at 11:15. So it's way past the curfew time.
Okay.
The university has also put a curfew in place along with the Delhi government. So nothing. And the security kept telling us that they have permission. So it raises two questions. One, if they have permission, how did they get permission? Two, if they don't have permission, how are they hosting the party? So, and our libraries are closed.
All right.
In
Madhurima,
that
just
harbor,
also take me through the kind of curbs that are put in place inside the campus for you students. If these are COVID-related curbs, and we are not just talking about the entire city of Delhi. Here, we're talking about the Jawaharlal University campus. Now, even if the authorities are really
so
caught talking about a certain kind of permission that is put in place, we really don't understand how will they go ahead and get this particular permission when there is a cap on even weddings inside the national capital.
exactly. Uh, and for us students, the first thing when the lockdown started in this phase, the first thing which the administration did was shut down the library. And the audacity of the
Okay.
librarian, she cut down the water supply of the library and the electricity. I mean, this was the level to which they stooped to get students out of the library. The next were all the dhabas and canteens were closed, and it was only takeaway was, as per the guidelines, only takeaway was done. Um, next, yeah, and so that we cannot sit in front of the dhabas in the small stools which they have been made, they rubbed it with ash and they dirtied it so much, the Cyclops security, that we cannot sit over that. So this is how they have placed the curbs, and
Okay.
every evening they come out with the mic when people people are out to get something from the market. You can't roam about and do that and that. And again, there was a case of incident of sexual harassment in our campus, attempt to rape case, and
Yes.
students protested
Yes.
against it. And on any issue, when we protest, we are sent proctoral inquiries that you have violated COVID guidelines. I have at least 25 of the proctoral inquiries against me, saying that I have violated COVID protocols when I was wearing mask and everything.
Okay.
Despite that, we are being sent these inquiries, and hefty fines are thrown against us. And if we don't pay fines, we won't
What
get
kind of fines are we
admission.
talking about here, Madhurima? What is the amount of fines that we're talking about over here?
It can go up to anything, up to 50,000, up to a lakh. It's just on the whims and fancies of the administration.
You're talking
They
about 50,000 fines that are being imposed on students to violate COVID
so
norms.
the inquiries are pending. They haven't thrown any fine right now. But whenever there is a proctorial inquiry, it is a precedence that at least this is the amount of fines.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
draw the
So,
all the
one thing,
inquiries.
just bring just clarify this for our viewers, Madhurima. I beg your pardon, I'm interrupting you here. You were talking about these curbs that were put in place. We understand that there is a COVID protocol that has to be ensured inside the campus, considering there are growing number of cases across the country. But why this bizarre implementation? Why really rubbing it in? Rubbing the seats there with ash and things like this. Why such exercises have been put in place by the university administration?
I mean, you have to ask this question to the university administration. So all our spaces have been just blocked away. All our spaces. We live in small hostel rooms. In many hostels, it's very damp.
Hmm.
Now water seeps in, and these open spaces are the only. We don't have these huge balconies and lawns as the warden flats. So for us, if we want
Hmm.
some fresh air, we have to go outside our room, and even those places are just inaccessible to us right now. And most importantly, our library, our
Is
reading
there
room,
anybody from the
where
faculty, Madhurima, who is really supporting the students in this particular issue, who's really looking at your problems? Is there a member of the faculty?
of course, we haven't spoken with the teachers, but the JNU and the JNU, there are a lot of teachers who are supportive of these issues, and the teachers have moved court against the JNU VC for not making an isolation center, after which we have one right now. So there are our supportive teachers, but on this particular issue, we haven't yet spoken with our teachers.
All right, Madhurima, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast and bringing us to light this particular incident that has been reported from the Koyna hostel, I beg your pardon, from the Jawaharlal Nehru University, where the hostel warden ended up throwing a birthday party for her son, and there were many people in attendance, and none of them adhering to the COVID appropriate behavior.